When travelling around Thailand, there is always something new to see, a new person to meet, and a new way to travel. This is an original 1970s Datsun 1600, converted into what Thai people call a song khao. I've jumped into one of the funkiest in town to take me to a local food hotspot, a local treasure. You may well all know that Kanom jeen is one of my favourite Thai dishes, and here in Phang Nga, the Kanom jeen shop here is famous for producing the best in town. You grab your Kanonji Noodles and then one of 4 fantastic sauces that they've got in the kitchen behind me. We've got the Thai pla, which has got the fermented fish guts in it that we picked up earlier in the show. And then this one here, this is one I want to try today because I haven't had it before. Full of peanuts, coconut milk, kaffir lime and shrimp paste. Delicious. All you do, put that sauce as much as you like over the noodles. Full of flavour, and everyone behind me is really enjoying it. This is so cool. There's about 13 different ingredients here. Some of them sweet, some of them sour. This one here is actually the leaf from the cashew nut tree. Really bitter, but in the south, they love it with Kanom jeen. So when in Rome, or Phang Nga. This region of Thailand has a very laid-back community. Things move slowly down here, so it's appropriate that I continue travelling in one of the slowest modes of transport available. Maybe this twin bench seat converted pickup isn't the most comfortable way to travel for a 6-foot Aussie, but it seriously is a freedom that you rarely get back home. I'm on my way to Bor San Villa, which was built in and amongst the dense foliage of these foothills. These are the amazing mountains of the green forest coastline city, Phang Nga. The atmosphere here, out in the open air, is stunning. Viewing the mountains, smelling the local fruit trees and hearing the buzz of tiny insects and birds. Not quite sure if I'm going home anymore. Kanom jeen nam ya gai. It's one of the most incredible curry noodle soups that I've ever had before. And it's in front of this amazing backdrop here in Phang Nga. Let's get started. We'll just light the gas. Okay, to start with, just a small amount of coconut milk. A small amount of palm sugar, about 1.5 to 2 blocks. 20 grams is enough. And then some yellow curry paste, but with Kanom jeen, it's not a really spicy curry soup. It's just a very gentle curry flavour. I really love cooking with palm sugar. It has a slightly deeper, richer flavour. And also it's really important that with Thai palm sugar, it's actually naturally sourced from the trees, doesn't cause any deforestation, no harm to the environment. That's why I love cooking with it. It's really good. Okay, now that the palm sugar has melted, some more coconut milk. And then we add some grachai. Now grachai is a rhizome. Fantastic to use rhizomes in your cooking. They add a nice perfume flavour to your food. They're also really good for your digestive tract as well. It's up to you how much you add. In Thailand, they can get away with quite a lot of rhizome, but at home you might want to just cut it back a little bit. Kaffir lime leaves, about 3 torn up. And then we add the chicken. We have chicken mince here, and it's important to break it up when it goes into the sauce. And just a quick stir. With Kanom jeen, because it's not a thick curry, it's okay to thin it down. You can use a small amount of water, or chicken stock would work as well. I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of water. In Thailand, when they make Kanom jeen, they quite often add the offal as well. Today I'm going to add chicken livers. You could also add chicken heart or chicken feet if you enjoy them. Important with livers, not to overcook them. So we're going to give this about 8 minutes until the chicken livers are just set, and then we'll finish it off. To finish that off, just add some fish sauce. Don't add too much fish sauce because Kanom jeen is nice and gentle. It's a very delicate dish. We'll just give a quick taste. a little bit more fish sauce. Okay, that's ready to serve. Now, in the bowl, we have the Kanonji Noodles, these lovely white noodles, just on the side of the bowl. And then ladle the Kanonji sauce next to the noodles. To finish that off, we've got a great selection here of really crunchy toppings. We've got some pickled cabbage, and the pickled cabbage you can buy in Thailand, but you can also buy it all over the world. It adds a really lovely crunch, but it's so zesty and sweet. And then we've got some fresh cucumber, some snake beans, winged beans, bean shoots, fresh basil, and the apple eggplants. You could present them side by side and then let your guests put them on, but at the end of the day, when you eat it, you need to pick it up and put it on the plate. A little bit of each one, just on the side. Make sure you can see each individual one of them. Around the noodles like that, that fresh, lovely basil, and all of these wonderful, delicious Thai herbs. It's such a great dish, quite unique. Kanonji Namya Gai. Fresh, warm, sunny days are what Thailand is known for, and in the south, so are the island tours. Now, you know me, I like to cook anywhere and everywhere, and I want to cook for you a stunning dish on a remote island. Phang Nga is known for having some of the most beautiful, clean and tranquil islands in the south. You can hire a long-tail boat, a cruiser, or even a speedboat, but just make sure you get there. Once you arrive on the islands, your tour guide will have many things organised for you to do. Snorkeling, canoeing, laying on the beach to read a book, and then sit down to a fresh fruit platter and local juices. Tempted? This little piece of paradise is Koh Lawa in the Phang Nga National Park. And the water is pristine, crystal blue, and the sands are so white. It is unbelievable. And just up here, there's some cottages, and they're only $30 a night. Seriously, I could stay here all week. Anyway, I need to get cooking, and I'm going to be making Larb tauhu, or a tofu larb salad. Firstly, we need to make the dressing. Fresh lime. Squeeze some fresh lime into a bowl, about one large lime. We want this salad to be nice and zesty. Then some soy sauce. Being a vegetarian dish, it's fantastic to use soy. If you were doing it with chicken, you could use fish sauce, but in this one, this soy sauce is absolutely perfect. Some coconut palm sugar, about 2 tablespoons. So we've got equal parts of those 3 ingredients. Mix those together and have a taste. Yum, just a little bit more lime. And we are done. With the tofu, if you like, you can boil it first, but I like to keep this one nice and fresh and simple. Just take the tofu in your fingers and just crumble it up so it resembles breadcrumbs. The tofu in Thailand is unbelievable. It's so fresh and crystal white. It's amazing, the produce in Thailand. It's just such good quality. And I'm so glad that we can get it in Australia as well. Some fresh shallots, thinly sliced, 4 cherry tomatoes in quarters, a good pinch of fresh mint, just torn up, chopped coriander, 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of finely sliced spring onions. To finish that off, some ground toasted rice, the one we did earlier, and be generous with the ground toasted rice. It's a key flavour in larb. And then some dry toasted chilli, ground up in the mortar and pestle. 1 teaspoon would be minimum, but at least 2. All the insects have just started. They must be smelling this tofu. Okay, you can have some. All right. Now over here, I've just got a plate to present this on, with some wombok lettuce, some snake beans, and whole baby cucumbers. We just ladle that generously onto the plate, Eat this with fresh jasmine rice or by itself with the vegetables. It's unbelievable. Some fresh coriander on top, just to garnish. And that is it. As fresh as this beach is, as fresh as this Larb tauhu is. Tofu salad in the most incredible place I've been to today. Some boys from a local tour boat were just relaxing on the beach while their passengers were soaking up the sun, so I thought I'd share my salad with them. Their comments were funny. They couldn't believe an Aussie made it taste so good. Whilst the reaction was a bit over the top, it was still sincere. Great to share food with the people you meet. Time to say goodbye to Ko Loa. Pull up the anchor and head off to see more of the Phang Nga Islands. The great thing about boating out here is that you won't get seasick. The bay is so well protected, it's a very smooth ride. On the way back, we were taken to see this fishing village where the entire town is built on stilts. The boat landings are built on large hinges as they rise and fall twice a day with the ocean tides. The only mode of transport for them is by boat. It's amazing how different people around here live within their natural environment. The next morning, I woke up at 4 a.m. to embark on a journey where I can honestly say was one of the most spiritual and enlightening moments of my life. The sun was just rising and the water was still. We were the only boat travelling with complete silence surrounding me, hearing only the murmur of the outboard motor. I took a moment to sit on the bow of the boat and just watch the warm glassy water swish by. I had some time to reflect on how lovely our planet is, how lucky we are to be surrounded by such beauty, and that we as people should do our best to preserve the natural beauty that we have left and to try and rebuild what we've lost. After being the only boat travelling down the river for an hour, I've arrived at a very unique place in Phang Nga, which can only be enjoyed 4 days in a month where the tide is at its lowest and the moon is in the right position. The environment here is very special. I have heard that the hot mud in the riverbank is full of minerals and great for your skin, and that the water, whilst hot, is home to several species of fish which thrive in these conditions. Back home, I've seen steam rising from water on a cold day, but it's already 33 degrees in the air. If this is still creating steam, just how hot is this water? The layer of volcanic lava that runs underneath this riverbed, it comes up through the earth and the water is so hot and it's actually burning my feet, and it runs down here. And I've been told that you can cook an egg in this water, and I have to give it a go, but I want to cook it deep in the mud. So here we go. I think a boiled egg at this temperature, about 8 minutes, should be fine. Okay, it's time for my skin treatment. Should take about 2 minutes, just enough time for that egg to cook. Amazing Thailand. Now make sure when you come to Phang Nga, come and try the hot mud. It's fantastic. It's only accessible 4 days a month, so contact your local TAT office for those dates. It's incredible. Not only can you get a spa, you get lunch as well. Nice sunny day in Thailand, soaking up the sun on the beach and feeling chilled. Time for a new tropical drink idea, I think. So which one are we doing today?
Today we're going to be making a virgin Lighty Mojito with
a virgin mosquito?
A lychee mojito.
A lychee mojito?
Yeah, similar to the cocktail.
Ah, okay.
But with the coconut jelly as a topping.
Cool.
So it's really refreshing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so start off with a can of lychee. And you use around 6 lychees for 1 serve.
One of the most popular desserts in the restaurant. Kids always asking for lychees and ice cream.
Yeah.
They're almost fragrant, aren't they? Almost like floral. The floral flavour they have.
Yes.
So you put the liquid in as well?
Yes, so that we don't need to put any sugar.
Okay.
Because it's already sweet. And some lime.
Yep.
Some salt.
Salt. So is that just to counterbalance the sweetness a bit?
Yes.
So that's that typical Thai flavour of saltiness, sweetness and acidity all in the same drink as well?
Yeah. And around 2 mint leaves of a medium size. And 1 cup of ice. That's it. We blend it.
So that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. I'll move those out the way
So
for you.
we put some toppings.
So what's the topping?
That's coconut jelly. It's made from coconut water, and the process is natural from the bacteria growth. It's from the cellulose of the bacteria.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, in with the coconut water?
Yeah. So they eat the sugar from the coconut water, and then
Right.
they grow. They grow into a thick cellulose cell wall.
Okay.
And this is the chewiness of the
Really?
jelly.
So it's just a natural cellulose structure from the bacteria eating the
from
sugar?
bacteria, yeah.
That's cool. That looks so good.
And we put some lychee on top.
Yep.
And some mint leaves. That's it. You can try.
Awesome. I have to try. Yum. That is so fresh. Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hey, I just noticed on here, can you tell me what this means, please? There's a T on the
T
can.
logo?
Yeah, what does that actually mean?
Okay, this T logo is actually a Thailand Trustmark. It's made from the government so that all the manufacturer that has authentic Thai taste and quality can have this logo, and it's like a guarantee for our customers that whenever they see this logo, they can choose that product and not feel disappointed because it's a real Thai, authentic Thai taste.
Cool, I like that. So whenever you're in the supermarket, if you see the large T with Thailand trusted quality, that means that it's made authentically right here in Thailand with integrity. As you do at Chef's Choice. Thank you very much, Sonia, for coming in
Thank
again.
you.
We'll see you again.
Yeah, see you again.
Awesome, cheers.
Yeah.
Welcome to Krabi, one of the coolest places, not just in Thailand, but in the world. There is a lot to entertain you in Krabi, from cool bars, beach cafes and restaurants, to water sports, boating and sightseeing. You will not be disappointed. I've been taken back to some younger years when I would spend some time in Rastafarian cafes like this, having a nice cold beer and listening to some really cool music. And I was just walking along here and thought, I've got to sit down right here and cook this next dish for you. It's called Pad Suki Hang Tale, which is using these wonderful mung bean noodles. With the mung bean noodles, important to soak them first in cold water, maybe overnight, even a few hours is enough, and then they become nice and soft. From that point on, this stir fry is so quick and simple. It also uses suki sauce. Now the sukiyaki sauce can be bought at any convenience store and it's fantastic. Sort of like a blend between sweet chili and tamarind sauce, like a pad thai sauce. Really delicious. Anyway, let's get going. Light the gas. We don't want to cook this dish on too high a heat. We want to keep the moisture in the pan. Traditionally, sukiyaki is actually a soup. Hang means dry, so it's like a dry noodle version of that soup, so we keep the moisture in the pan. Anyway, some oil, 2 tablespoons, and the first ingredient is 1 egg straight in. We don't add any garlic or any onion to this dish. All of the flavour comes from fresh vegetables and the sukiyaki sauce. So the egg's about half set. We don't want to let it go dry. turn the gas down. There we go. The next ingredient is to add our vegetables. We've got some pak bong, which we also call morning glory, some Chinese cabbage, and also some celery herb, lovely and fresh. Straight in, and a quick stir. I've got some shiitake mushrooms that have been soaked overnight. Straight in, cut into half, and then some prawns and calamari. With these, I've just simply blanched them in hot water for about 2 minutes. All right, to move on, we add our mung bean noodles, the ones that have been soaked, straight in there. Some sugar, 1 teaspoon is enough. Some cut spring onions, and then our suki sauce. Be generous with the sukiyaki sauce. You can always add a little bit extra afterwards. Make sure the sukiyaki sauce really soaks into those mung bean noodles. We add some soy sauce just to give it a kick of salt, and some oyster sauce, about 1.5 tablespoons. Perfect. One last stir through. It's lovely and fresh. There's still going to be some crunch in there. Lovely and fresh. You could also make a really fantastic vegetarian version of suki hang. You just use tofu instead of seafood and just don't use the oyster sauce, but it will be brilliant. That's it. Just mound that up into a bowl. Smells fantastic. This is really, truly a great dish. Everyone will enjoy it. Prawns on top. Get it all in there. Last bit on top. Just tidy up the bowl a bit. And that is it. In a very cool location in Krabi, Pad Suki Hang Thale, one of my favourites.